Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
On this Thursday morning, it is a little bit hotter than where we were yesterday. Not too bad quite yet, but it's only going up from here. We're going to talk about, though, how it will actually feel and if we have any rain on the way coming up.
A state of emergency in parts of Florida after torrential rainfall and flash flooding. The danger people there are facing during the record-breaking rain.
It is a quest to conquer Pinehurst #2. In 45 minutes, golf balls will be taking flight right here for the 124th U.S. Open Championship. You know, the locals down here in Pinehurst always say, it's a beautiful day in Pinehurst. I really can't disagree, but the players, they'll play this course. They may have something different to say after they see this tough track right here. We have a couple of locals leading us off here in 45 minutes. Tiger won't be far behind. Got you all covered. Good morning to you. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Chris Lovingood here with Renee Chu. A lot of action happening down in Pinehurst for the 124th U.S. Open. So many people excited for that.
Yeah, we'll see if it's a beautiful day. Certainly a beautiful start here in downtown Raleigh with this gorgeous sunrise. But it's going to be a busy day at Pinehurst. Meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Another hot and humid one.
It is going to be hot, yeah, and muggy for us as we head through the next couple of hours. I will say, though, compared to where we could be, perspective, right? I think it's not going to be a really too bad, off the charts kind of humid for us. It's just going to be about where we should be for this time of the year. We had a nice break from the humidity the past couple days. Let's take that live look, though. Things starting to get a little bit more active out there. Our Pinehurst camera. A beautiful sunrise this morning, too, by the way. You can see kind of some of those faded colors there off in the distance. Really looking good out there to start. No major problems. It's just warm. We sit at 70 across the triangle, 61 our cool spot there in Roxborough. If you're headed out across the area, in fact, for the U.S. Open, let's talk about that forecast. 91 today, 94 tomorrow. It'll feel, though, closer to the low to mid 90s for the next couple days. Less humid on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. So just make sure to pack the water and you will be good to go. We are, though, watching a couple systems in the tropics that also have our attention. We'll talk about, though, where those could be headed coming up in just a few minutes. Ken?
Also, thank you, Anthony. Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We just got reports of Raleigh police officers working across near downtown at Heck Street and East Jones Street. It's not affecting your morning commute at all, but just in case you live in the neighborhood, wanted you to know that. That's a disabled vehicle in the eastbound lanes of Hillsborough near Gorman Street. It's off to the side of the road, so not going to affect you this morning if you're heading out and you have to navigate Hillsborough or Gorman Street this morning. Elsewhere around the triangle, all the major routes are delay-free at this hour.
Ken, thanks. Tens of thousands of people are on their way to Pinehurst #2 for the start of the U.S. Open. Some of them will be getting there on a noon train service that leaves Raleigh in less than an hour. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at Union Station in Raleigh this morning. And Kelsey, this is all a new effort to allow fans to get to and from the tournament a lot easier, and it's more eco-friendly, too.
Renee, you're exactly right. I just spoke with some folks from NCDOT about 10 minutes ago. They say that a total of more than 2,000 fans will be taking this train throughout the week. And they're calling the train the Open Express. So it'll be coming down the track here in just about an hour now. This will be the first time people can hop on a train from Raleigh and Cary to get to Pinehurst for the Open. This is the train route fans can take for the next few days. That way they will avoid heavy traffic and parking headaches, as more than 200,000 people are expected to come to the tournament. The Open Express will run on a morning and evening schedule today through Sunday. The morning train will leave Raleigh Union Station at 7. It will leave Cary at 7:15, and the train should arrive in Pinehurst just before 9:15 in the morning. The evening train will leave Pinehurst at 6:35. And we just heard from NCDOT. They say that tickets are sold out, so we'll be here standing by as the train leaves this morning at 7 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Today, a panel of judges is expected to hear a motion to dismiss a lawsuit over alleged gerrymandering of voting districts. Former state Supreme Court Justice Bob Orr sued legislators and the State Board of Elections. He argues the redistrict maps for congressional and state legislative seats do not offer voters a fair election. A similar case was overturned at the beginning of last year, and the hearing starts at 10 o'clock this morning in Raleigh.
Police are investigating a shooting at a home near Village District in Raleigh. This is video of Mayview Road from Sky 5. A home and a parked car were hit by gunfire just before 1 yesterday afternoon. Officers haven't said whether this shooting was targeted or random. No one was hurt. No arrests have been made.
Durham police are seeking help identifying the driver of this car. Look at your screen here. It's connected to a shooting on Fayetteville Street that injured a 3-year-old child. Officers released this photo of what appears to be a 2009, maybe a 2010 Toyota Corolla, and investigators believe the driver or passenger may have fired shots into the car carrying the 3-year-old. A man was also in the vehicle, was also shot, and is expected to survive, but the child has life-threatening injuries.
A state of emergency is in place in South Florida after torrential rain that caused life-threatening flooding. This is video from the city of Aventura near Miami. Look at all that water people are treading through, making waves as they go. The downpour is complicating air travel in and out of the region. Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport told travelers that its entrances and exits were flooded. The NHL's Florida Panthers felt the wrath of the heavy rains. Their 2,541-mile flight to Edmonton was delayed for hours because of the weather. They finally arrived just after 9 last night in Canada, less than 22 hours before puck drop of tonight's Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Student athletes at public high schools in North Carolina will not be able to profit from their names, their image, their likeness, not like college athletes can. The State Board of Education adopted a new policy last week. It includes a ban on NIL activities. That means students won't be able to make money off autographs, endorsements, public appearances, or other promotional activities. At least 31 other states do allow some form of NIL activity for high school athletes.
Controversy at the southern border after President Biden's executive order suspending migrants from enter illegally. According to NBC News, Border Patrol is still releasing many of them into the U.S. A senior DHS official tells NBC News releases are still happening because agents don't have enough space to detain large numbers of arriving migrants. The new report comes as the ACLU has filed legal action against the Biden administration over his executive action. It says the measure violates U.S. immigration law.
This ban is patently illegal. The Trump administration enacted a near identical asylum ban. We sued over that. We won. We hope to win again.
Department of Homeland Security sources say illegal crossings have dropped from 4,000 a day to 3,000 under the new policy.
Today, the U.S. and Ukraine are expected to sign a security pact on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Italy. The deal is expected to commit the United States to continue training Ukrainian armed forces. It also means continued cooperation in producing weapons and equipment, as well as sharing intelligence. This would be the case for the next 10 years.
Parents are putting pressure on North Carolina lawmakers for more child care funding ahead of federal money for before affordable child care runs out later this month. Parents and child advocates spoke at Freedom Park asking state lawmakers to fill a $300 million gap. Democrats say the state has the money to fund the gap, which begins on July 1st. The group is calling on state Republicans to dip into the state's billion-dollar surplus to do it.
Some well-known faces are here for the U.S. Open, perhaps none more well-known than Tiger Woods. We have Jeff Hogan there right now at Pinehurst, and Tiger has a history of success at that golf course.
That he does, Chris. Major championships bring out the best in the best players in the world. And when Tiger Woods is in the field, well, you get the best fans as well. They opened the gates. There was a mad rush. Those are the early risers out there. You can expect those fans to be out there today when Tiger tees it up on number 2. Tiger has been in good spirits all week, saying his body is healthy enough to walk this relatively flat course. Says he needs to have his mental game intact with all the intricacies of the greens. And he knows he's the chaser this time around, chasing the likes of world number 1 Scotty Scheffler and others. But he does have a pretty good track record around here.
U.S. Opens, I love the test of U.S. Opens. And I've had a little bit of success here back in 99 and 2005.
Yeah, Tiger didn't play in 2014. He finished tied for 3rd in 2005, and he was runner-up in 1999 to the guy in bronze right there, Payne Stewart. Chris?
All right, thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, folks, WRAL is your home for the U.S. Open. Be sure to tune into WRAL for all the action from the first tee to the 18th green. Network coverage begins with the second round tomorrow. And Jeff Hogan and Gerald Owens will lead our coverage on WRAL live from Pinehurst. You can get all your content on your phone, on your tablet, and of course, your TV too.
The Boston Celtics are just one win away from their 18th NBA championship. They beat the Dallas Mavericks last night in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, 106-99. The Celtics now have a 3-0 lead in the series. They'll have a chance to finish it in Game 4 tomorrow night in Dallas. If they win the title, they will break a tie with the LA Lakers for the most championship wins all time.
A product known as gas station heroin may soon be banned. The next steps being taken in North Carolina to remove it from convenience store shelves.
Elon Musk may become more than $50 billion richer. The payday he may be in line for as Tesla shareholders vote today.
And things have been very quiet here, thankfully, to start our tropic season, our hurricane season, but that may not be the case going forward. We have a couple areas that we're watching. We're going to talk about where these could head and if there'll be any impact to the United States coming up here after the break.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Started this morning in the air-conditioned media center. We're outside now. It is humid. We're not going to see any AC for a long time. So hydration stations, they're out here, and they are plentiful. Folks are using them. Just fill it up, and away you go. Stay hydrated today. Anthony Baglione of the WRAL Severe Weather Center. How important is that going to be today?
Very important, Jeff. And that's great that they're doing that, too. And I think especially as we get into tomorrow, it's going to be kind of even more important with those feels like values going up. Let's take us out, though. You can see a beautiful shot right there, our Pinehurst camera. This has kind of been panning around, showing all the action out there at Pinehurst. It is going to be a hot day for us. Humidity levels have kind of been fluctuating here from humid to tolerable, back up to humid. What I will say is it's going to be noticeable compared to yesterday. It's not going to be off the charts where it's just uncomfortable all day long, thankfully. That's not what we're looking at. 90 this afternoon is what we're going for around the triangle. It will feel closer to 91, 92. But if you're headed out here, here's the U.S. Open forecast. 94 tomorrow. That's going to be our hottest day over the next couple. 92 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. Our only rain chances come maybe a little bit tomorrow evening, just isolated.
And Anthony, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We take a look at our up-to-the-minute data this morning. All our major routes are free and clear this morning. The Beltline, nothing to worry about so far. If you're getting ready to head out, that's really a good thing. I want to give you an opportunity to see what's going on the northern side of the Beltline. This is a live camera view from I-440 and Capitol Boulevard. You see the westbound lanes moving away from us, and everything is moving smoothly this morning at this hour.
Ken, thanks. A man shot and killed by a Johnston County deputy earlier this week has been identified. The SBI says Deputy Jonathan Lee shot Jose Luis Ricon Lopez. This happened outside UNC Health Johnston in Clayton. The sheriff says the deputy was leaving the hospital in his patrol car when the man approached and tried to grab a gun. The two struggled and the deputy fired shots.
Today, Tesla shareholders will decide whether Elon Musk should get a pay package worth more than $50 billion. Musk and Tesla agreed to the deal in 2018. Musk would get the payout if he hit a series of performance milestones, and he did. But a judge in Delaware struck the agreement down earlier this year. The Tesla board is now asking shareholders to reinstate that deal, and they will also vote on moving Tesla's incorporated home away from Delaware to Texas.
New this morning, a massive oil fire is burning in Iraq. It's happening at an oil depot in the Kurdistan region in the northern part of the country. Authorities say one worker was hurt. No word on a cause of the fire.
A woman is in police custody after barricading herself inside an FBI building in Seattle. Police say the woman walked into the building while pointing a gun at her chest. The building went into lockdown as multiple agencies responded. That includes a team of negotiators. Now, police say the woman put the gun down after about an hour. She was arrested without any other incident there, but it's unknown if she'll face any charges.
Today, an event designed to provide resources to people facing homelessness or at-risk situations is happening in downtown Raleigh. Meet Us at the Square is hosted by Raleigh's Housing and Neighborhoods Department. People can get a free house screen, a haircut, and a shower. There will also be experts helping with employment, legal issues, and veterinarians will be there to check on pets. This is going on at Moore Square from 10 this morning until 2 p.m.
A product referred to as gas station heroin could soon be banned in North Carolina. House lawmakers approved a ban on tianeptine. That's the main ingredient in products widely available at convenience stores and smoke shops across the state. It's often marketed as dietary supplements or even mood enhancers. The thing is, it's unregulated, and that means even children can buy this. The state Senate now has to approve the ban, and that could happen as soon as next week.
Salt Lake City could host the 2034 Olympic Winter Games. The International Olympic Committee's Future Host Commission recommended the city after a visit in April. Salt Lake City still needs to be confirmed in a vote by International Olympic Committee members, and that will happen in July. Salt Lake City, you remember, hosted the Winter Games in 2002.
Ahead this morning on Today, an inside look at the State Animal Sanctuary and Breeding Center in China. We are getting a glimpse of what happens to the pandas before leaving China. This includes a process that looks at the age, the health, and other conditions. This comes as pandas are set to return to San Diego and Washington, D.C. this year. And that's all coming up on Today, which starts on WRAL at 7.
It is 6:18, and we had a beautiful start to our Thursday morning on U.S. Open Day, but that sun is going to be burning and making for hot and humid weather, Anthony.
Yeah, it's going to be a warm one for us, Renee. As we head through today, probably close to 90, 91 or so is where we're going for a high temperature. We've been watching here, all the action starting to get going. Tiger Woods was on this shot just a second ago. I saw Dustin Johnson as well. They're starting to warm up, and it's going to be a good idea if you're headed out. Of course, have the water, plan for that, and maybe some short sleeves, some shorts. That's going to be kind of something to keep you comfortable. 94 tomorrow, that will be the hottest day over the next couple of days. It will feel like 97 to 98, so that's something to keep in mind for sure. A slim chance, just enough to give us a little bit of a hope of trying to cool down just a little bit tomorrow evening. 92 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. So it's going to be hot for us the next couple days. It's not off the charts, though, humid, so that's at least a little bit of some good news. 70 across the triangles where we currently sit. 66 in Fayetteville. We're at 65 there, Southern Pines. If you're headed out and about, I love this graphic too with that dog in the background. Make sure to protect the pets today too. That pavement can get pretty hot. 90 is where we're headed for a high temperature. We go to 85 at 7 o'clock. So even into this evening, we don't see a huge drop off from that heat. Our muggy meter, in fact, that just updated on me. You can see we're doing the kind of ups and downs the next couple days. I think the best day as far as humidity levels are concerned will probably be Saturday, and then we fluctuate a little bit there into Sunday and Monday. And between the end of this weekend and next week, we may start to see that go back up. Let's talk about the tropics, though. I want to spend some time on this because this system that we've been watching right now off the coast of Florida has been causing a mess in Florida. It's what we call an invest area, an investigation area. It's basically what the National Hurricane Center is investigating, saying, oh, do we think this is going to kind of push out more, develop further? That's what we're watching off the coast of Florida. It looks like it has about a 20% chance of development right now. The model plots continue to show this pushing offshore, and what those are, it's individual models that have different conditions. One might think it's going to be 80 degrees at that sea surface temperature. One might think it's going to be 81. It's just potential outcomes, and the closer they are together, the better agreement they have, and that's a pretty good agreement that that's going to stay offshore of the United States there. This one may be a little sneaky. We'll have to watch. It could get up into the Gulf of Mexico here over the next 7 days, so that's something we'll continue to track pretty closely, but no immediate threats in the Gulf. 90 for us today, 94 on Friday. We go to the low 90s Saturday, Sunday, low to mid 90s still into next week, so feeling very summer-like. A lot of sunshine, though. Very minimal rain chances, though, Ken, so you're going to want to water those plants.
Oh, I'll take your advice. And a quiet start to the morning commute this morning. All the major routes are free and clear, especially US 1. That's the route that many of you will be taking if you're heading down to Pinehurst this morning for the kickoff of the U.S. Open. If you are driving yourself this morning, it's important to follow the signs. There are a couple of free parking lots down there in Moore County. The red parking lot just off Highway 73, that's the one that you will want to look for if you're traveling from the Triangle. The other parking lot, of course, is the blue lot that's off US 1. That's south of Pinehurst in the Aberdeen area, so keep that in mind. Bringing it back to the Triangle area, here's a live look at I-40 and South Saunders. Traffic flowing smoothly in both directions this morning. That's a good sign.
A good sign indeed. Thanks, Ken. A protest disrupted the annual congressional charity baseball game in D.C. This morning, hear the message activists were trying to get across when they jumped the fence and ran onto the field.
And Bridgerton fans will be busy today, binge watching. A look at the 4 new episodes that just dropped a few hours ago, coming up in What's Trending.
Congratulations. But you must admit it's all rather sudden. I have known her a very long time.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Today, fans of Bridgerton will be glued to their Netflix accounts.
She pretending like she does not watch. She cannot wait to get home to watch Bridgerton right now. Ken Smith is here with What's Trending. Look at her. She don't want to be here right now.
I can't watch it at work.
Why is Chris putting you in blast like this?
Because it make her giggle.
If I didn't have to get up at 3 o'clock to come to work, I'd be up at 3 o'clock watching Bridgerton myself. Listen, part 2 of Bridgerton season 3 dropped early this morning.
Always loved you, Colin. There is nothing that makes me happier than being with you.
She has been pining for Colin since season 1. The final 4 episodes were released at 3 this morning. Fans will find out the conclusion to the love story of Colin and Penelope.
And dearest gentle reader, you thought that the first 4 episodes were steamy. Oh, apparently the final 4 episodes are just as spicy. It is pure escapism. And yes, I'll know what I'm doing afterwards.
Yeah.
Hot goss in Bridgerton land.
Right there with you. All right, let's talk football now. The accolades keep rolling in for legendary quarterback Tom Brady. Even after his retirement, thousands of fans came out last night for his induction ceremony into the New England Patriots Hall of Fame. Many celebrities and Brady's former teammates were also there to honor him on stage.
And then he's obviously got that broadcasting deal, I think with Fox, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, yeah, this is a moment to honor all of the accomplishments, but he's not done yet.
No, he's absolutely not done. Of course, he won all those Super Bowls in New England, so it's only fitting.
Ken, thanks.
All right, swimmers from our area are in the U.S. Olympic trials in Indiana this weekend. This is what it looked like yesterday during a send-off from the Triangle Aquatic Center. Dozens of supporters waved flags and offered well wishes as the swimmers walked through that balloon arch. Former President Trump will be on Capitol Hill today for the first time since January 6, 2021. What he's expected to talk about during meetings with congressional lawmakers.
And it is going to be a very good day for the pool with temperatures currently in the 60s and 70s. We're only going up from here, though. We're going to talk about how hot it will be this afternoon and if we have any rain to cool us off coming up.
We're closing in on the first tee times of the day. We have a couple of locals who will lead us off inside of 20 minutes from now. And not long after that, take a look, because Tiger Woods is on the range. The fans are streaming in. They want to get in place for his 7:29 tee time. We'll talk about it coming up.